success here today. Thank you all for stopping by. So as we know that I would always love to come up with some useful information which will help us all to grow and improve. So are you planning on moving outside the country, going to another country? So here are some things you need to put in place for you to transit smoothly to another country. So most especially I'll be using the country where I am presently as an example in whatever I want to say, I want to share today here. So I am basically in the United Kingdom, so that is that. Now it's a lot of things, a lot of preparation, a lot of planning to do. Yes, it is a lot of things are needed to, like a lot of things you would need to do and to put in place. It is better when you get the rightful information from the rightful channel or rightful source. If you are coming in as a student, it is advisable to check online and check properly for yourself to see for those schools which can give you admission and schools that can allow you to pay for your tuition fee maybe twice or 3 times if you want to, or there are requirements there. So it is better you check properly. And if you're coming in as a worker, you get your information from the rightful channel, from people you know the base here. It would help you a lot. Or if it's that you want to actually check online to see for those companies that would be needing people so they can bring you into the country. So that alone would help you also too. You have to get the right information from the right source. So another thing I would say is that after you've gotten your information, or they've now assured you, or you can now see it for yourself that okay, now I think what I'm actually doing is okay. Or if you now eventually get someone who would be helping you to do some certain thing with the processing, it is okay. Yeah, it is okay when you have someone here who can help you, who can give you all the necessary information which you will be needing. Then after that, if you're coming as a student, or if you're coming as a worker, you also need to write some exams which would be required as part of the things which you will use to arrange your documents. Yes, so, and there are some people whereby you don't need to write exams too, so you can use your BSE to come to the country to work. And there are also a lot of means which you can use to come to the country. So there's a lot of means you can come into the country with. Okay guys, after you've sorted out your certificate of sponsorship, or you've received your admission from the school, so the next thing you would do is your legal documentation. You have a lot of things to document. You have a lot of documents that are being attached with those things you have been issued you have been given from the school or from the place of work. So now you would need a proof of fund. This proof of fund has to do with you have a certain amount of money in your bank for some days. Yes, for some days. So that is to that is part of those things you would need. So that the reason why they are doing that thing is so they can be rest assured that okay, you actually have some money in your bank, which would take you for some period of time when you move into the country. So you will need your proof of fund, and it has to be in the bank for a month. So after that, then you will need to print it out, your statement of account. You need to print it out, which you will be using as part of the visa requirement. The next thing you should now do is now they have a lot of requirements. If you are coming with either the student or the working visa, there's a lot of requirements whereby you need your valid passport. You need your passport. You also do your visa applications too. You also need to get your tuberculosis test done, and you also need driver's license in some occasions, in some work, not all the work. So you need your driver's license to use if you, and again, if it's like you want to also drive in the country too, get your passport and your driver's license ready, and the international driver's license. You are coming in through the working route, so and you want to bring your family along, it is advisable as a couple you need to get your certificates, your wedding certificate, which is the Ikoyi registry hall. Is it in Abuja? It has got just to, it has to be the from that two place. That is those, it is just ones that are being recognized. So all other local registries are not recognized. So it is just that one that is recognized. So you attach it to your document. So you can take some pictures of you and your partner, you and your kids as well too. So date of birth too. You also need your date of birth and to be attached to the visa application too. So and you after that it's the amount for the visa, it varies because the country changes the law and every other thing. So the amount some certain people might do it last month might be different from when another people want to do it next month. So it varies. So but it should be within the range of, is it 300 to 400? Is it 300 to 400 dollars, I think? Yeah. So that is that about that. So another thing I think we should also try as soon as possible to also put in place is that your finances. Yeah, finances is another thing. Make sure you do not have any issue with your bank account in your country. Do not have any issue if you need you know you want to move from the country. It is advisable you go to your bank and ask for any information or anything they need you to do before you go. Is it upgrading or changing of anything? It is better when you do it before leaving the country to be on the safe side, so that it's not that when you move into the place you're going to, then you start having issues with the bank and you will not be able to get some certain things. So it is advisable when you get those things sorted before moving. So another thing is get your accommodation be sorted. That is very, very important in the country. You have to get your accommodation be sorted, and you should not even assume that so person is in this country. When I call him or her, she would allow me to come into her house and stay with her. It is not done in this place. Yeah, it is not done. You have to make a lot of arrangements, a lot of things. You have to put it in place before moving. If you want to stay in an hotel, you make sure you book your hotel on time to be rest assured that it is being secure for you. And if it's that you want to stay in here B&B, it is okay there too. Airbnb is even advisable because you can actually do some things you want to do rather than you staying in the hotel. You can cook in Airbnb compared to the hotel. So the two are okay, but I think Airbnb would be more preferably. So make sure your accommodations is being sorted, and if it's that you want to stay with your family or friends, get in touch with them before moving. Let them know your processing, your plans. Guys, so the next thing I'll be talking about is booking of flights. Yeah, you need to book your flights on time whenever you are trying to travel or to move from one place to another. It is advisable to book your flights on time. So we have different kinds of airlines you can actually book for. So some are expensive and there are some that are not expensive. Yeah, so those ones that are expensive might be 6 hours journey, and while those ones that are expensive might take a longer time, like maybe 10 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours. It depends on the airline you are using. And another thing I would say is enjoy every bit of your traveling. Take nice pictures, explore in those places you'll be having your stopover. Yeah, explore, take pictures. Don't allow anything to give you pressure, or maybe any information you've heard about the place you're going to. Do not panic. Enjoy every bit of your traveling. Yeah, enjoy every bit. And another thing is that when you get to the airport also, connect to the internet connection is very, very important. Yeah, so it would help you to do some things on your phone and your other devices as well too. A lot of people do not know this information about this particular connection of the, like, they do not know that airports has Wi-Fi. Of course, airports do have Wi-Fi, so you can actually connect to your your device at the airport. You can. So the last but not the least is the parking. Yeah, the parking, it is very, very important. You park according to the climate condition of where you are going to, and you should park most of those things. I would say you should pack is the food aspect, the food stuff. Take a lot of food stuff when you're coming to the country. Take a lot, because food are very, very expensive in the UK. It is so expensive, and for your time being, because you just move into the country, you would not want to spend a lot of things on food items. So it is better when you use your luggages, your kg that have been given to you, to pack a lot of food that will sustain you for some particular time, for some time, and it will actually help a lot. And if you are coming with things that are dry, like I'm talking about maybe crayfish, melon and other things, it is advisable when you blend them so that it won't take a lot of weight when you are packing. Yeah, and you use this ziploc bag to put your items inside. So by so doing that, it will help you to have a lot of kg, a lot of weight when you are packing your items. So take a lot of food items would help you to sustain you, and needful things. And also you should also keep your documents in your hand luggage. Do not put your documents in the box because it might turn. Keep your luggages and your documents in your hand luggage, so that you can actually keep it very well. By so doing that, you would keep it, and it is good when you keep it in your hand luggage. Do not put it inside your box where you have your clothes inside. Put it in your hand luggage, because there are some very important documents which you would not want them to get torn. So keep it very well and bring a lot of documents which you know are important, the important documents which you know would be helpful. So those are the things you should keep. Yes, and also we should always remember to put everything in prayer. Yes, God will always do everything we want. So guys, if this video was helpful to you, kindly share to your friends who will be needing this video. Share to them, those ones that are planning to come to the country or preparing to come to the country. Like, share, comment in the comment section. Thank you for stopping by.